What is up, everybody? We are back at it. I found somebody on the side of the street. I ran into Calamity. We bumped shoulders. I was like, hey, dude, I got something here in 5 minutes. Are you down the hop? And he got right in the car, and he parked his little butt right here on screen for us. What's up, Calamity?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know. I wasn't really planning on doing this tonight, but here I am. I saw you by your lonesome. Figured you use a little help, a little less stress on your shoulders. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot easier to hide the tears when there's gameplay on the screen. I sit here all by myself. But just to recap, we had a crazy first set. We had a Boston versus Colorado Game 5, round 11. And honestly, it felt like anybody's game. Colorado went up 2-0 in the series and then dropped 2 maps, but barely able to squeak it out in the Scar. Dude, it was crazy. But, I mean, this next matchup it does matter. We have DC versus LA. And if LA can squeak the win, it's going to give Colorado actually the lead here in the standings.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's going to be huge for playoff time as well. I know, like, top 4 teams, I think, also get a bye as well in winners round 1. So we'll see if, they're going to be playing, I believe, the winner. They'll get a bye 2 winners round 2. They'll play the winner of winners round 1. So it might not matter too much for DC Treason. They're going to be playing or getting a bye anyway. But, I mean, yeah, for, playing less, hard competition, I guess you could say. Obviously, there's upsets that can happen and that stuff, right? But we'll see. I guess, LA looking to put the stamp on things, maybe extend their lead to 3-2 tonight, maybe get a little bit better of a cushion come playoff time. But yeah, DC Treason, I mean, this is a great team. It's going to be a hard fight for them tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be a very, very difficult map set here for LA. I mean, we're going to see it right away. We got the Scar. Oh, there it is. We got the Scar Exposure Den Blackheart Raid. And, I mean, you're going to see a lot of bang outs here. I think the Scar is going to be super, super important to see how teams kind of control the middle of this map. And really, I think you're going to see a lot more organization on a map like Scar than you are maybe on Den. I feel like sometimes Den can be a little bit of a bang out, but Scar, you really have to have your ducks in a row, as we saw in that last series. Yeah, it can be a crazy, crazy opportunity here for either one of these teams to take momentum early on in the series.
Yeah, I mean, last series definitely a decent amount of mistakes in the respawn. We'll see if it's a little bit cleaner this series this time around. And definitely Scar, kind of a map where you got to be head on a swivel as we are loaded on in. It's going to be a huge upset. Getting the beat overextension early. It's going to be they still have one more to deal with. Nino gets a double, and that should be the flip coming on through.
Yeah, early flip coming on through. I mean, this P1 can be super, super important to see who takes up the majority of that time. I feel like there's a lot of teams that have been getting a lot of time on P1s to P2 rotations as of late, especially on the maps that have a little bit of a structure in the middle, just kind of tossed in.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, we do see a ton of P1s all the time, I feel like, on Scar, where you can get a lot of it, but, I mean, we'll see it. From LA and make it all. As we were saying that, yeah, they're potentially looking to do it. Nino is here. He gets the player. Now it's just going to be a battle of holding from the front.
That's going to be a big rotation on over for DC. DC looking to get a lot of points off of this P2. Nino going to be hiding in a rat spot, 6-1, looking to increase that. Not able to pick up more than one, but you're able to get a lot of info, right? And you're able to get these arrows turned on your team in the correct direction. So, big bang out gunfight here.
This is a hit from either side, and so far DC Treason, but I mean, they're doing a great job just getting all the kills in the map. So it's going to be up to LA to try and break on through. It's going to be a double kill. They're looking for AG on the point. This wall area finally gets through. Time should be nice check there.
Yeah, and the expectation here, right? We talked a little bit about it before the series started, and I see a lot of people talking in the chat about it. I mean, a lot of people are expecting LA to kind of roll over and play dead here as DC run them, but so far, a decent amount of integrity here from LA, looking to rotate early, get some slays on the map as well. Make sure that the guns from DC stay hot. They're not going to give them anything for free.
Nothing for free. And it looks like, oh no, they're going to end the game. I'm not sure what that's that's about. But we'll probably get a full map reset, I'm assuming here, since the score is basically tied under 100 points.
Yeah, under 100 points. It should be a full map reset. We'll see if it's anything like challengers. It could just be depending on who's playing on today.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that reset. I mean, yeah, obviously, I mean, nobody really off to a super hot start, so probably nobody really too worried about that going into the reset here. It's probably just going to depend, going forward into the series, who's able to stay warm, keep their guns hot, because it was pretty even off the start. I will say, I wasn't expecting it to be that way. I was expecting Treason to come out firing, but maybe a little bit of a slowish start. I can't even say that. It was basically tied.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically all tied up. I mean, we'll see as this map resets. I think the scoreline shouldn't change too much between the P1 and P2. I think the only thing that you might be upset with is if you're LA, you were actually able to hold DC off of a rotation pretty early. They weren't able to steamroll you off of that. But now both of these teams have a feel, so they have a lot of expectations how each other play.
We'll see how we go into the reset. I don't think either team's going to be too checked on the mental. I think it'll be just a fine reset. It's really just going to depend on, whether or not they can get those opening break kills. I mean, they're obviously so important to try and get right. But, I mean, we'll see in a moment. I do want to talk about the map since we are going to be, waiting a little bit here. We didn't really talk about them too much because it's going to be Exposure S&D coming up next. I know for a fact, Treason, they're great at this map. I just watched them the other day, kind of just absolutely obliterate. It was AG doing a lot of the heavy slaying. I mean, it was EZAP as well, but he's not going to be here tonight, so we'll see if that plays a decent factor in this as well, because I know he's great at S&D.
Yeah, that's one of the interesting factors in a league like this, right? We play during the week. People have work, so a lot of these rosters aren't really static. You see a pretty heavy mix-up amount of players, and I think teams obviously with a deeper bench are going to have an easier time, and I feel like DC does have that ability to have a deep bench because it's hard to it's hard to just get constant practice in with a lot of these players.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's, you're playing around schedules, people's work, people, not being able to get a scrim once you're all four on. Sometimes just other teams aren't on, and it's unfortunate. You just can't even schedule a time to get some actual practice. So you're resorting to, like eights or something similar, right? Some pubs even. I don't know, like what teams try to even do when that happens. I mean, nothing you really can do. But
yeah,
I mean, a lot of these teams don't even practice, to be honest. They just kind of show up game day and just ball out. So I mean, we'll see if that happens, tonight or not. I know DC Treason, they probably are a team that do scrim more than potentially some of the other teams in the league. So maybe a little bit more practiced.
Yeah.
Than their competition.
Yeah, and that's what you like to see too from a lot of these teams, right? Get the practice in, take it seriously. I mean, you want to win, right? That's the goal. You want to win every match. Give yourself a chance to do so. But it looks like we are going to get loaded right back into this. Thank goodness, man. I was not waiting for someone to full reset their modem, turn off their power, turn it back on again, call the internet company. Oh, maybe.
Oh.
Maybe.
They spoke too soon there. Might have a 3v4. Okay, I was wondering if they were gonna start that. Man, damn, that's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I guess we'll get confirmation here in a moment on if what's going on. But I mean, yeah, it seems like maybe an internet issue for one of the DC Treason players. Apparently, I don't know. Yeah, if his modem internet's acting up, maybe his PC's giving him issues. I'm not sure, but we'll let you guys know in chat as soon as we know more, for sure. But I'm not sure what to expect. I guess we might have a little bit longer to wait here.
Yeah, and maybe if you're LA and if you're considered the underdog here, just give you a little bit more time to hype each other up, talk about the series, play a little bit more thought out Call of Duty. We'll see if the rotations are scuffed today. I mean, yeah. I mean, I just want to get this series up and rolling. I'm pretty anxious to watch. I'm excited. I really like watching the arrows on DC. I feel like they always have a really good game plan going into the map.
Yeah.
Like you said, they're definitely a team that's probably the most practiced in the league. So I always get pretty excited to see how strategy actually forms and how the arrows move. I stare at the minimap quite a bit, and I just really like the reaction to calling out, like if somebody pops a couple of shots, like how the arrow moves around it. But yeah, so I think we're actually loading in. We're actually loading in.
Are we in? Are you sure?
No,
Make
I'm not
sure
sure.
for
I
him
was
first.
sure the last 2 times. So now I'm not too sure. So we'll see.
Yeah. So that means it's gonna work this time by reverse psychology, right? That's how that works apparently.
Yeah,
But
now that I'm
I
not
like what you're
sure,
saying
it's
about
gonna be
the
fine.
yeah. No, I like what you're saying about the arrows though, for sure. I do agree. I tend to agree. The better teams just obviously better arrows, right? That's just fundamentals, people. You gotta stick to your fundies. They can win you games probably more often than not. It's not all about the gunny. It's about how you position yourself on the map with your team. And here we are for the second time around. Hopefully the last. We'll see. It's gonna be Check winning it. It's gonna be Jake Kizzle with the double off the rip toward middle, and that's gonna be early time going toward Treason as they'll wipe all 4 members.
Yeah, we did see an early flip too at the beginning of the last time they started this map, so we'll see if that happens again. But right now, that kill feed is lighting up red over and over again. 2-0. Jake Kizzle 3-1. TJ putting in some damage, but getting the time. Already 22 seconds earned off of this pretty uncontested P1.
For sure. I mean, it's going to be contested now. Finally, some signs of life there from LA on this P1. They'll get some time. They'll be on the transition toward new while they go. Has the help of Jake Kizzle from the top. We'll see if he can get the first one as well. Might be able to get the second. Nito absolutely guns him on the staircase. One more time in the hill. Pistol out. Maybe not the gun for that gunfight, but distracts long enough for his teammates to get the job done.
Teammates definitely getting the job done there. Get picked with a nice nade, able to slide up into the point. Gonna rip someone off at the top of the steps. Between them and Check, they're able to pick up all 4 players. Looking to get back into the start of this, and as we predicted, we kind of saw something a little bit similar last round. I felt like DC got a hold of the P1 pretty good, but right now you have 2 players on streaks. You got 4 in Check, and then 3 from Get Picked. Check going to be at that moment now where they're going to be start thinking about streaks, and as I say that, they're going to fall, not able to earn any there.
Yeah, we'll see if they can make a good transition toward new. This is DC Treason toward that plain hill with a decent rotation. LA earning a lot of scrap time, I will say, on this P2. So LA, they'll be up about 20, but they have to make sure they're effectively breaking this P3, and that's not a great start. 3 dead for them, just spawning on the blue side. I mean, you could hold P3 hills really on either side.
Yeah, and that setup is going to involve that plain heady, and nades just come flying up over the wall. Check's going to pick up another 2. Get Picked gets a kill in the background. Check 9 and 6 right now on another 2 spree. They're starting to take over a little bit of time, laying in a super wrap position there, able to pick up a kill over towards that 18 side. You're going to get call-outs. You know you're in danger if you Check. Check playing super patiently, not able to get a kill, going to fall, but doing a lot of damage and stopping a lot of movement on the map.
And look at this rotation from Treason. All 4 members going through Motel to try and wrap the map, but I mean, it's going to be met with some resistance back here. A couple gunfights for them to win. The first one falls, and now just effective left by him lonesome. Get picked in the top blue, but trades are coming through, and they're favoring DC Treason. I mean, however, LA, they do get a ton of time yet again on that plain hill, so I mean, Treason, they got to do a better job holding these breaks.
Yeah, Nino, if you saw that, spawned pretty deep into green as that rotation was coming over, so going to be a nuisance in the middle of the map. Going to stop a lot of rotations from coming on over, but that's going to be Check doing a lot of work on the map right now, able to get into the point and get a kill in the back. 2 players falling, though. You got to check your teammates' arrows. You're now the last one alive. Can you make a big play here? No, not able to do so. That kill feed starting to light up red as DC is playing a little bit of catch-up, an unexpected game of catch-up.
Yeah, coming out a little bit slow here at the start, I will say. I mean, they've had opportunities, but haven't been able to get those kills once they had the hold, so good breaking from LA Rumble. Maybe the case here is it looks like a try and break from LA. To yeah, Jake Kizzle spawns across the map. He might be the only one as the rest of his teammates are at old, so Jake Kizzle big jump through in the back, and LA can't afford to lose this rotation.
Yeah, Effective did a really good job there to be annoying in that final point. You have teammates already rotated on over towards this green side. You have Get Picked playing in the back, trying to really control these spawns. You're going to see these red arrows spawn over way past P3. But here you go. Big opportunity right now for Greendos to get a big stop on the front hit. Able to do a lot of damage. Check and not effective. Getting a couple of kills onto Nino and AG. So a little bit of stuffing here for the cushion that they're trying to build. But nades, too strong in this game. Too strong.
LA, I'm not gonna lie, they've had incredible grenades usage so far. A lot of breaks have come off. Incredible frag grenades and coordination. Not enough trophies. Not, well, I guess a little bit too early maybe for trophies. Once they have them, they gotta start using them and utilizing their trophies effectively, because they're just getting torn apart by these frag grenades on the break. That's really the reason why they found themselves down about 15 seconds or so in the hole.
I really like the play there from Check. Check had that 5 time, was able to push up through and communicate with his teammates. Maybe they were able to bump him off the point, right? Try to earn a little bit of ground in the middle of the map. I think that's super important for rotation, right? The fact that you're still able to get scrap time and bump somebody off the hill is super impressive. But there comes a lot of communication to that, a lot of direction needed in order to perform that. And as I say that, I mean, DC looking to get the second rotation started off hot in the point. It's going to be TJ earning time at the moment.
That same performance, but it's going to be effective with the initial. J Kizzle going for that 2 for 2 so far. Looking for the third. It's 3 for 3 or 1v1 for the point. AG lives in market. Gets the important kill, and he rotates toward new. He's going to be cutting toward Motel. He finds himself with a nice wall bangs. Green Dose gets credit for that one. It's still for P2, but DC Treason, they're here. But they got to win a couple more gunfights to solidify it.
Yeah, I mean, this P2 is going to be super important, right? I mean, they're playing catch-up. They're about there. They're only about 30 points away from being able to do so. And I think there's just an ease of mind that comes with at least the game being close. But as we say that, LA able to break on in. You have 2 players hiding on the gen. Effective, trying to stay alive. I like that play there. Spread out the gunfight a little bit. Kind of keep them guessing. You see one move out from gens, but you got to get the slays here if you're going to make it worth it. Jake Kizzle almost picking that player. Big 1v1 on the point. That's going to be won by AG. AG looking to collect the rest of this time.
Yeah, AG's here. He has teammate support, but it's still a mix of flooding. LA looking, they have players up top, but just getting picked apart right now. The AR Qualifier has been better so far. They call themselves right back into the game. AG with 2 on a 4 spree. Nice double for him to 5. That'll collect the final 10, but the rotations are on. LA's here first.
Yeah, that is going to be a big 10 seconds. AG with the holy nade. This is the mother of all nades, going up over the tank, up over the wall, landing on the P3, able to pick up a kill. We're going to stay on board with AG. AG on a 5 streak, looking to pick up a couple of streaks. Just needs to pick up a kill here on the point or at long distance, but they're going to get ripped off of that long heady. Now we see a little bit of a mix of a pinch here. Nino able to find their way onto the point as there's a bunch of blue arrows looking over the plane wing. But Nino getting time. This game's almost tied here. You do not want DC to get too much of this time here if you are LA. This could be super, super dangerous heading into the hard point over on blue.
Get picked, just runs down this path. Nobody watching that route. He just runs right through market, and that'll flip the spawn on their head. So LA, I mean, despite not getting a ton of time on this plain hill, they do a great job. I mean, it's a solo effort from Get Picked. Spawns his entire team toward new, but they got to win these gunfights. These are crucial gunfights, and they're all falling. It's just effective now on the gate area. The APC, these gunfights are so huge, and Treason, they win them. They got to worry about the spawns in the back, though, because still TJ across the map. He gets an unfortunate spawn, and I mean, it's still going to be Mixie in the back now. Jay Kizzle finds himself last alive, and in the blink of an eye, it's LA stabilized.
I mean, look at how many arrows are surrounding Jay Kizzle right now. Flip-flopping around. You're going to do what you can with the info that you have. You're able to find a kill there if you're Nino. Nino picking up a big 2. Jay Kizzle able to stay alive throughout that whole exchange, and they're able to get a little bit of map control here. Effective. Going to be your next player in line to fall, it looks like. I mean, DC taking a 20-point lead. LA Rumble need to get back into it. Look how they're going to try to do it now.
I don't know if I love them hitting old there, because now P5, yeah, favoring Treason, and they could definitely soak about the entire 60 really on this hill. We saw LA basically do it flawlessly last time around. Now Treason have a chance to do the same here. It's going to have to be these routes from Check and Effective on the pitch. Just really trying to shut it down. They're going to spot him in the back as well, but AG too good. Stands tall with the AR. He'll get it done.
Yeah, AG doing a really good job there. Just nice heads up play, realizing that these players are going to be rotating on over from that P2 side. Able to pick up a nice 2-piece to keep those spawns looking really, really clean there if you're DC. And now they can't close it out here, but they can get annoyingly close, right? Once you start getting that super pressure on, it's going to force LA to have to chow the scrap time. They're going to have to get the time in early. They're just going to have to play so much harder, especially now that DC has passed that 200-point mark.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the wire as well on this one. DC, they'll take the lead, and I mean, this has been a pretty back and forth game. I mean, not what I was expecting in this one. A great show from LA in this map number 1. So far, so good for Treason on transition. They do have number 5. That's going to be Nino all the way behind enemy lines. He can play spoiler here. He has a couple of gunfights to win, but no, he is spotted. And it's going to be the blue side control. 4 seconds. Oh my God, almost beams him across the map with the drop.
The drama could be so scary, honestly. One bullet away, or maybe even just one of those hit markers being a headshot would have done it. Green Nose trying to get middle map, but look at the blue kill feed right now. It's gonna light up. I mean, you gotta love that there if you're trying to play a little bit of catch up. Down about 20 points. They have control of this P1, but look at these red arrows. Red arrows are going deep. Get picked. It's gonna be a lot of trouble here. Yeah, they're gonna fall. Effective is gonna fall as well. They can't win off of this one. But again, you can just get closer and closer, and that's exactly what they're going to do as AG sets up camp in the middle of the map.
Oh, I mean, that position from Plains finally does go fall. Oh, wait, the spawns flipped the spawn out. Oh, no, DC Treason. They lost the spawn. I don't even know how they lost the spawns there. I'm not going to lie. That was crazy. Unfortunate shot. Probably blocking maybe in the back, it looked like, but, I mean, LA is here. There's only 12 seconds now for Treason to put this map away, but it's going to be LA here, and they can potentially soak, and they still can win on this as well.
Yeah, both teams can win off of this point right now. That trophy is going to be the most annoying thing on the planet there. You're going to try to toss out attack. You're going to get damage done to you early. Is it going to matter? You're shouldering like crazy. You're waiting for the ego chow over there on Jen. I like the positioning of the pistol. However, it's going to be Check. Check's going to break on through to that. Going to pick up a kill down low. Effective picking up a kill up top. And now we see a lead change again. Effective get taken out by a nade, though. That could be a big nade. The support on this hill is going to be super light. As DC are trying to break in, you have a player up top, a player down low. That's going to be get picked. That drops down like Batman on top of the shoulders of DC. That is the wrong city. It is LA who take map number 1 and a very scrappy hard point.
Yeah, and that can happen. That's really why. I mean, you want the blue side on that hill. They put it on full display. They locked it down. They effectively the AR that's flying at the end there. And it really just an unfortunate spawn for DC Treason. I guess maybe we'd have to go back and look at the replay on that. I'm not sure if nobody was blocking or if it was just one player going all the way around gate. I thought maybe he wasn't quite there yet, but I guess just nobody in the back toward blue. And I mean, DC Treason, an unforced air there really cost them dearly on that P2 rotation in the end.
Yeah, I mean, flipping those spawns over for LA to control blue is a big point in the map. And, you know, that's kind of how the map went, though. That map is a map of small mistakes. Allowing, the spawns are just super sticky, right? So you got to have somebody hard blocking spawns in this. And it feels kind of like an older game where hard blocking spawns was maybe a little bit more effective then than it was now. But I feel like that map feels very classic in the way of spawns are just, they're so sticky. Like, if you just breathe the wrong direction, they'll get it.
Yeah, it is tough, right? Because, I mean, you got to make sure you're on the hill, you're on rotation, and you're blocking. You got to make sure everybody's in unison. And Scar is kind of a map where it's a little bit more spread out with that kind of thing, especially on P2, as well as P1 as well. You got to make sure you're doing a decent job of that. But, I mean, yeah, it was LA in the end. They clutched up big, and they showed out in map number 1. Not as I was expecting in that initial hard point. And now DC Treason, they have a job to do. It's going to be exposure. SND coming up next. I know DC Treason definitely good at SND, but I mean, LA Rumble, they came out hot in map number 1. I'm curious if they're going to be coming out hot in map number 2 as well. I don't know how good. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Refresh. How good are LA at Search and Destroy?
So this is a sensitive topic for this Discord. I don't know if you know this, but LA Rumble's nickname is LA Fumble. And I think a lot of that has to do with a lot of Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy, it's one of those things where I think it's harder to keep composure maybe in an S&D than it is in a respawn. Just because S&D, when you die, you have to sit there and think about it, right? You sit there and think about it for, 2 minutes, 3 minutes? And a respawn, you can just kind of get back up and try again. So I think a lot of this is going to come down to like the team that has composure. Whether it's DC barely losing that map number 1, if that's going to affect them in map number 2, like you just got to play map for map, and then when the S&D comes, it's round for round. Like treat every round like it's a new game.
Yeah, I mean, it can be kind of draining mentally, going round for round, trying to lock in every single round, right? I mean, we see, clutch teams do it better than most, where they, don't really let it get to them, don't let it affect them, and they just are able to convert in clutch situations and utilize effective strategies as well. I'm curious, it is exposure, so I mean, we will be seeing some kind of mixiness in the mid map area, especially toward that A bomb site. A lot of teams do end up going toward mid. The first couple of rounds, B is kind of a tough one to go to, but it can work as long as you're with your teammates. But I mean, it's a kind of a hard bomb site to plant, though. So I'm curious, how effective are the teams going to be on their opening breaks here?
Yeah, it's one of those ones where when you have full control of the map and you get A, if you were to get bombed down in A, you can see it from desert, you can see it from top 3 P3 window, you can hit it through Zig, you can be annoying through mid cut. But when you get it planted over on B, you really only have like inner, outer, and then like top ledge. Like, because if you hit too deep, it's too easy to see. So I mean, we'll see how well these teams pick up the middle of the map. Again, my observation so far, I know I'm just the guy talking behind the microphone, but holy moly, mid map and every map in this game is so important, and it feels good. Honestly, I really like it.
Yeah, especially, I mean, we saw, especially on Scar, right? We just saw on the map number 1, right? You get mid map control. You basically have all of P1 control as well, especially in search and destroy. But it's going to be Scar coming up next, and yeah, mid map important as well on that too, making sure you're not getting lost. I mean, it can be really important to make sure you're calling out players, making sure nobody's pinching, because there's a lot of ways to get lost on this map, especially toward that mid map where you can kind of just lose a player. I mean, we see it more in respawn typically, but even in SND, you can get to those mid cut areas in a little cruddy corner, around P1. You can make some impactful plays. We've seen it time and time again. I mean, just players shooting people in the back, not checking your corners, letting people fly on by.
Yeah, and that can definitely happen on this map, right? Like, it's just a lot of it comes down to timing too. If you just not checking the right lane at the right time, somebody could easily squeak on over to the other side of the map. Especially when you're looking over on, like, if you're looking for defensive players, I feel like defense, they have clear barriers between lanes, and I feel like offense doesn't really have that until they get pushed up past a certain point. And I think you're going to see a lot of people probably try to hit down low on dirt, try to get an early kill off this guy on the P3 window. That P3 window can be everything on this map. It's an easy way to see A, and then it's a very easy spot to wrap back towards B. So I think P3 window is the ultimate power position on the map. You can just see so much from there.
Yeah, and I'm curious on a map like Exposure, right? It's typically, well, we do see snipers on this map, but I feel like they're less effective on this map than other maps in the pool. So I'm curious if we end up even seeing sniper rifles become a factor, or if they're just a hindrance, right? Because I know, it's kind of hit or miss with the sniper rifle, quite literally. If you hit your shot, you're feeling godlike. If you miss in shots, I mean, it can be a really tough ask for your teammates to convert rounds. So, I mean, we'll see if, people are going to be utilizing that sniper rifle as much as maybe maps like Scar, like Den, even Raid, where we see a lot of sniper rifle action. But I mean, honestly, I don't know. I'm just ready to get into this map. I'm not gonna lie. Refresh. I'm not sure. Players, let's get it going here.
Yeah, for real. What are we waiting for, man? Don't have to go to the bathroom. Like, you don't get that break until after game 2. Like, you guys don't know. You have to
haven't been to land refresh. They don't know. They don't know.
Yeah, you have to stay on the stage, dude. I don't care what you got going on. But no, as we are talking about that, look at that. We're in it. We're on the map. Got to make sure these team names are in the right spot, because teams love to swap. And sometimes I just don't see it before it happens.
No, I trust me. I know all about calling teams the wrong thing. That's why I don't even mess with Codcaster anymore. It's just always wrong, it seems like, for me. But anyway, we're going to be on in. It's going to be DC Treason on the defense and LA Rumble. After kind of stealing map number 1 from the top seed, they're looking to convert another one here. And I swear to God, if we reset TJ, you better keep moving. I swear, you better keep moving. Nino with first blood, but players are stopping it. I hate my life. Oh no, a draw.
Dude, what are we doing? Who is it, dude? Who is it? Let's talk about who the problem is. Who's calling this out? Maybe it was a settings thing.
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. It is what it is. I mean, stuff happens, but I mean, this is the second map in a row, might I add, that this has happened. I hope we can get this issue. I don't know what the issue is.
This is how DC got their first seed. They didn't get by playing the game. They got here by just sitting in the lobby, dude. Just just
They just
pissing
checked
off
him.
the other team, dude.
Just checked him endlessly. No, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. We'll get you guys an update if we know, but I don't even know if the players know what's happening. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. There's only so much we can do. Obviously, the players got to get in and got to get things situated. I'm not sure if there was a rule wrong. Maybe somebody forgot to turn on doors. I know that happened to me the other day, so that could be an issue. But I don't know. We'll see.
Do you think doors should stay on in hardpoint?
I like them. I like them when they're just everything's open. I don't think doors should be in COD. I feel like open everything should be a thing. I feel like doors kind of ruined a lot of the flow on the maps. Ever since 2019, they did the bang open doors where you can kind of hide behind them in the hill and stuff like that. That's super cheesy. I will say it is better in this game. At least they slide open, so it's not like incredibly cruddy like it used to be. But I still don't like them.
I like, especially on Blackheart, like when I'm playing pubs, dude, shooting a door open and just opening up a lane unexpectedly is one of the funniest things to do to somebody not expecting. It's like, and then in S&D, I love using it for audio, like baiting somebody out a top window, acting like I'm gonna go bottom. I just pop the audio cue and I'm in motion, dude.
Yeah, no, 100%. I did. Because it's like BO4, I remember like at Arsenal, right? You like shoot open the doors and like try and look through and stuff like that. You can kind of make plays like that with sliding doors. I still prefer them to where they're just open, but I could kind of see it. I think in search maybe they should stay close. Maybe I don't know. I haven't really given it too much thought because I just think they're kind of cheese in general. You know what I mean? I feel like they should just stay off. But I could see maybe in like in S&D they could maybe like you shoot open and bait the player or something like that. I don't know. I'd just leave them off though.
I like that it has an audio cue. That's the only thing I like about doors.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. But
what was nice about doors in like the previous games is when they were open, like they kind of stayed open. They didn't just automatically shut.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You could just
because were they open like 5-10 seconds, something like that?
I think. Well, I would just shut them.
I don't know.
If I broke into a point, I always shut the door behind me, dude. You cannot walk into here, dude. I shut the door.
That's true. I do remember doing that in like S&D a lot, where you'd like shut a door behind you. Dude, I remember like
even at respawn, I've shut the door.
MW2, you'd like creak the door open and then like shut it behind you while you're crouch walking because you had no dead silence. Oh my god,
it was gas.
People know in chat, dude, that game was horrible. Oh my god, I hated that game for that. Just shutting doors and like banging open. It was the loudest game you'll ever play. Oh my god.
Or my favorite is like having someone pop open a door, kill them, you shut it, teammate pops open the door, you're just playing back and forth with the door, or like you could close somebody in. It's so funny.
In my existence. You run into somebody like mid, you're both going at the door at the same time and you like collapse into each other. The door doesn't move at all and you're like, what the hell is going on? And you're like,
dude, I'm too old for movement, but holy moly, I could hit X on the door.
Oh, for sure. Oh man, that was a time. You just took me down memory lane, and not in a good way. I'm not gonna lie. That was we need to get off this door topic. Or
it sounds like I had a lot more fun with doors than you did.
Yeah, maybe you did. I don't know. You're a dirty rat or something.
Oh, dude, I am. Dude, I'm too old for this, man. These kids flying around, like slamming off of ledges, like popping up. Dude, I can't do it anymore, man. My aim's an inch away from the corner, like for my reaction time. I'm shutting the door, dude.
Yeah, I will say this game has been fun for the wall bouncing aspect. It does remind me a lot of jetpacks. I've had a decent amount of fun, doing some acrobats in the midair.
Yeah,
it can't replace jetpacks for me, but it's still pretty fun.
Yeah, I really like it. I like that it feels like AW thruster pack, like jetpacks. Like once you're in the air, right? You don't really have like an option outside of that besides just like hit your shot. And that's one thing I did like about like. Obviously, BO3 was amazing, but I think AW was super underrated just for the skill gap of like when to use thrusters or like your jetpacks.
Yeah.
I think there's like a big element of like there was a big knowledge gap of like, all right, this is a good time, this is a bad time, and I feel like wall jump is very similar.
Yeah, it's similar. I will say I wasn't a huge fan of the side dash like camera cheese because you could just kind of camera somebody and just get a free kill around corners. But you're all about the cheesy stuff, so I like it.
I think it adds more personality to the game, right? I feel like when somebody can just
personality.
It does, dude. It does. Honestly, the only thing I really miss, and I think that like with the only thing I would really take, because I do like this game, I think the only thing I would take from old games is honestly like ban and protect.
Yeah,
I think that would solve the GA issue, right? I feel like if you said, all right, we're just gonna do ban and protect, like do it in game. You know, like.
Yeah, I could see that maybe being a thing. I think they probably needed to like simplify it a little bit though, where it's not as like crazy in depth. Because there's certain things that ban and protect that probably should have been banned that just like weren't back in the day. So maybe like banning more stuff, but like letting certain.
Or
I don't
just
know.
ban.
It's tough, right? Like where do you draw that line, right? Like it's
Maybe
like
it's just ban. Maybe you don't
where do you
protect. Maybe it's just ban.
yeah, maybe that's the case, or maybe yeah, I don't know. You could talk about like what you could do to ban and protect all the time. I know Octane's a big believer in ban and protect,
I
and
think it's
he
good. I
swears
think
by it.
it's an active GA system, right? And then you start the game knowing exactly what's banned, what's not. I think it's a big
I think
knowledge barrier release.
yeah, I feel like they should do it per series, not per map, because I remember they used to do it per map, back in the day, right? For like search, for
It needs to
hardpoint,
be per series. I
for
agree.
whatever. I feel like per series, because it just takes so much time, right? It takes like
Yeah,
5 minutes to
I
ban
agree with that.
everything, protect everything. Like I feel like if they did it once per series, that would actually be like a happy medium. Where like things could be, because I remember like back in the day, you had like high cal and you had like I don't even know, like rapid fire, random shotguns.
I
Like,
think it
dude,
should
there was
only
so
be
much
guns and
cheese.
equipment. I think it should only be guns and
Yeah,
equipment. Like
yeah, I can see
full
that
on just
for
ban a
sure.
gun. Like, I think attachments are
Oh
crazy.
man. Yeah, attachments too, dude. We're finally into the map, but I do want to come back to this topic off the air a little bit later. Remind me to bitch a little bit more about ban and protect. But we are finally on into this map number 2. Apologies for the waits. I mean, I shouldn't be apologizing. The players should be apologizing. I don't know what the hell is happening, but we are finally in, and it's going to be LA going for a bomb plant. Windows tagged down incredibly low, and he's planting the bomb by his lonesome. Maybe not the best ideas. Yeah, AG just gets a free kill.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting, right? You do get bombed down. You do have a little bit of map control, but AG's going to grab that kill for free. You're going to get put at a disadvantage. Now it's going to be all up to a sniper and somebody possibly down low. I mean, this is a super rat spot, right? Nobody knows you're here. You're listening for callouts. You're able to see one. You're able to pick up the kill. That's all 4 dead, though. Not able to make it work. TJ with the defuse.
There we go. Nice little retake coming in from DC Treason, and I will say, yeah, kind of a question mark for me, planning the A-bomb when you're tagged down low with no teammate support really there, kind of just risking it all first round. They didn't even really clear the other side of the map beforehand either, so, I mean, yeah, AG just gets a freebie, and then a man-up situation, and I talked about it a little bit, too. Effective with the sniper, not putting it to good use. His teammates die, and that can be the risk you play, running the sniper on a map like this.
Yeah, because honestly, if you don't have the sniper and, like, you don't miss that shot, you probably just get a free kill off a mid-cut, and you made that round a lot more doable. But you live and you learn, or you die and you learn, depending on how the round unfolded. We see a lot of M15s. Yeah, I think each team is really only going to be running one Dravik. That seems to be the trend on this map in particular. Jay Kizzle picks up the bomb. They were able to win a defense, looking to win an offense here, trying to get both types of wins on the map. It's always super important, so you can feel out both styles.
Yeah, this is a super spread defense so far. AG gets horrible timing, though. Get picked. I mean, kind of blessed with first blood there. AG tries to get lost, but unfortunately, he's going to lose his life there. And now numbers advantage for LA. And another one as well. Green Dose gets through dirt, basically scot-free. No info on him. And now LA, we'll see if they can convert.
Yeah, Nino, Jay Kizzle left in a 2v4. The only plus side here is that Jay Kizzle does still have the bomb in hand. It's not dropped in awkward position. Nino picks up 2 as Jay Kizzle picks up 1. 1v1 on the solar side. Jay Kizzle just absolutely turns on the windmill. Everybody in the city's getting power right now.
Yeah, hook up a battery to Jay Kizzle, apparently. I'm not sure what that was. Yeah, just unfortunately missed every bullet.
Oh, there it is, dude. Full circle.
There it is, the windmill and the skill cam check. Nice shots from him, though. I don't think he even missed the bullet there, so really not even Jay Kizzle's fault. I don't even know if he hit some shots there, if it would have mattered.
Yeah.
A nice clutch there. But, I mean, yeah, it was almost possible. Nino gets a double kill toward mid-cut, and that was the only real reason why DC Treason were even in that round to begin with. I mean, it was just LA Rumble with the numbers advantage. Almost tossed that one away, but check ends up clutching up.
Yeah, they did good there. I mean, DC just did a really good, like, 2v4 collapse, but not paying off. As we go on over, I'm going to hop on board to Effective. Effective 0-2 to start. I always like to kind of look at the players that are struggling early on in the map, give them a little bit of something to stare at, you know, later on, maybe when they're watching VOD. Just looking to eat that donut, turn it into a breadstick. Chilling down here on dirt, not able to see anybody up on that P3 window. Who is that? That's going to be TJ. TJ just staring at that mid-cut, man.
They don't want to repeat of what happened that last round where AG, I mean, he pushed up, he tried to get something going, didn't end up getting it, but I will say I'm glad to see effective on the M15 this time instead of the sniper rifle, and I love this play actually from LA, just running all 4 players through dirt, just power and numbers here. Unfortunately, Nino is going to sniff out the pressure, so he's going to back on up, maybe get some info relay towards his teammates, and AG and a decent spot check absolutely guns Nino in the back though. 3v3 trades coming on through, and Green Dose might have got a bad timing yet. Still, number 5, Jake Kizzle toward this bomb site, and only 20 seconds left. LA, they got to go.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard round to take over on. I mean, I always tell people this. I am convinced COD players are always late to work. Their time management skills are always insane. We always see people hit things at like the last 5 seconds. Like, dude, it's over. The round's over. Let's move on to the next one. That's exactly what DC Treason does. They force that next round. 2-1 for DC Treason. LA needs just a little bit better time management there on the wrap. I think they had a really good idea, but I think they just gave the arrows of DC a little bit too much time to like figure out what's going on.
Yeah, that's the risky play, right? Running a strat where you're just basically kind of sitting on your hands for a large period of time and then kind of trying to, at the end of the round, go and convert something. Because if you don't win the trade battle, you just basically have no time to plant the bomb at all. And that's kind of what happened that round. I mean, LA, they didn't really have any time to work with. Only about 15 seconds to plant the bomb. And by the time they did, found themselves, you know, SOL. So another win for Treason, 2-1. We'll see if they can convert another.
Yeah, Green Dose takes a little bit of damage. It's going to hop right on top of the floating crate really fast. I don't know what it is. Every time I stand in this crate, I am missing the shot. Something about the movement of the crate just like absolutely kills me.
Turn your gyro on your controller, maybe counteract the movement like you're in a VR game or something. I don't know. I'm giving out bad advice for free. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not hitting a shot anyway, dude. It's going to be the same result.
I'm just giving out tips. Don't worry about it. Here we go. Check. Gets the first blood. Nice shots. This guy has been beaming this series so far. That's another shot for him to get. Has the player down low. He spots AG. Gets a second one for free. AG didn't spot him. Check just pre-aiming the perfect spot, but Nino does shut him down at the very least. 2v2 with about 30 to play.
Now, with 2 players over here on Desert get picked, not going to chow that player. They don't know he's there, but hits the desk pop like Will Ferrell and other guys, man. It's going to give everybody the info. They know where that player is, on what side of the map they're going to be on. So a little bit less confusion. Bomb is going to go down on A. Get picked. Going to run in front of that player there and just get taken out. 3-1 DC. I feel like they're just you know, they have their stopwatch on. Once they hit a certain point, they hit certain angles, and then it just has been working out for them, man. I think their timings have been really, really good.
Yeah, it's really been only check so far for LA, really able to be, you know, kind of shooting right now. Him and Get Picked doing a lot of the heavy lifting, looking for effective, looking for Green Dose to start getting involved. I mean, other than check, you know, getting some of these rips from headies at range, it's really been kind of just time management, like we've been saying, and just, you know, lack of trades going on so far. We'll see if they can get one on the board. This is a big offense. They need to convert this one.
Yeah, look how even the slang is over there for DC Treason. It looks like they're trading out every single kill they possibly can. You have 3 4s and 1 3, and the one person with 3 only has died 1 time, so definitely sharing the load. Get picked, though, with a nice little nade for first blood. Still looking for effective to pick up a kill here. Going to be playing a little bit back here, watching the flank, making sure nobody gets picked up. Going to give up an angle, and that timing was super, super bad. I mean, that player just walks down the steps and able to get a kill, and especially without getting traded, they're able to hop all the way back up into top P3 window. They're back into a power position, and Green Dose needs to watch out here because TJ is on top of that window.
Left, so definitely a little bit better time management this time for LA Rumble. We'll see if TJ can pick up a timing here. He's going to go around, and this might end up working out. It's still 3 players toward mid. TJ in a perfect spot to deny the A plant. He's going to spot check, and that is bomb dropped as well. So now numbers advantage for Treason, and there we go. The clock becomes an issue again, and now 1v3 for Green Dose off the top ropes. Gets the first one at the very least more manageable, and he plays his life for a little bit. How long can he play it, though? Not long is the answer. And DC Treason, I mean, a 4th one on the board now.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a big round there. I felt like, I mean, we talked about it, man. Like, how long can we say it? Like, the time management. I feel like DC is doing a really good job collecting info and then placing themselves on the map based off of that info. And I feel like that's something that LA might need to do a little bit more in the search and destroy. They looked really good in ratty situations in the hard point where it got super, super mixy. But it doesn't really get mixy like that very often in Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy can be a very straightforward game type. And if you're not able to win those very straightforward gunfights or play in a very, like, methodical way to get these rounds, you're going to struggle a little bit.
Surprised to see them not come back, getting that nade. There's blood there. I mean, 0-5 effective, not having a great time. AG wins one somehow there. Nice shots from him before he gets traded. And now Nino with the boomstick out. We were wondering if the sniper was going to play an effect in this one. And I mean, Nino pulling it out late, maybe playing some mind games still. 3v3 situation, though. Plenty of time for Treason to work with. And another one falling. TJ gets a second one in this round. Actually, I believe that was Nino is, or no, I don't know who that was. That was AG. Somebody, TJ, on the kill feed got one there. Love Call of Duty, but it's going to be a 3v2 situation. DC doing what they can. We'll see if they can convert this one.
Yeah, these blue arrows are super spread out, though, so you're not able to play a trade out here. If... Oh, okay, Green Dose has to live here, right? You got to be able to get the kill and stay alive. TJ is going to be waiting behind him. Is TJ going to be able to spot this player in P4? That is not going to happen. But now you look at this time, only 25 seconds left. They need to make a play. DC is going to out the wrap over towards B, get picked. Going to be the player to look over. Oh, and I like Green Dose with a decent timing. What feels like for the first time. Are they going to hit the right side of the map? They are. Green Dose looking for a player up top. Not able to spot it out. You get a call out that your teammate's there. Is bomb going to go down? Oh, no.
Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, I was wondering if he was going to play the bomb or not. In that situation, you got to just wait, honestly. You don't really have the timing or the info of knowing if he's going to plan or if he's going to be challenging. So that's the risk you play, right? I mean, it's kind of a catch-22. If you plan to get away, I mean, that could be the round as well. So, I mean, just a tough spot. And TJ, with literally like 3 seconds left, clutches the round in an improbable situation. And I mean, Treason on map point now, and they have a lot of map points to work with, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1-5. This is looking super, super rough right now for LA. LA is probably very thankful that they have that map #1, but you know who we got to stare at, man. You got to get a kill on this map at least. You can't be ending out. Going to whip out the sniper rifle. TJ whipping out everything else right now, going 8-2. I mean...
Yeah, 0-6, not the stat line for sure here, refresh. But you got to get a kill before it's over. And I mean, effective, he can't even chow that. He's just getting pre-fired. So the flinch is insane. And now stuck on the sniper rifle, get picked. I mean, he lives up to his name. He got picked. We'll see if the rest of LA can pick up the pieces. I mean, this is just kind of falling apart for them.
Yeah, a couple of trades still going in the favor of DC. DC looking super, super solid right now. AG on a 2 spree. TJ on a 3. Nino able to pick up that kill. Now it's just up to effective.
He's
there
on
it
the
is.
board.
There's a breadstick. All right. Are you going to have a gluten-free diet today, or going to find out here pretty soon? Has the AR and the sniper rifle in the pockets, man. You know this guy's pockets full of change, dude. He walks around like a Christmas jingle, dude.
Oh, a second one. We'll see if he can convert now. 20 seconds to work with. He has to plant the bomb pretty much at this point or find the blood, and he's not going to find it. I mean, DC Treason, they almost threw that one away, but unfortunately, just too many players for effective to find there. I mean, he got a couple kills round 11 at the very least, but didn't matter in the end. DC Treason, I mean, a comfortable win at the very least there in the search. Looking composed in that one.
TJ there being your slate leader in the lobby. But not by much, but look how much damage. 1,200 damage, obviously outclassing the other teammates. Check doing also a lot of damage as well. Maybe not a lot of traded kills. I think that's the only reason why you'd see that much damage in the search and destroy and still have someone with a donut. So, I mean, TJ being super, super effective on the map. Ton of damage, a lot of kills, and ultimately with the game win. So now the series is tied up 1-1 DC LA.
We'll see map number 3. I believe it's going to be, let me pull it up real quick. It's going to be Den as well. So Overload on Den. Kind of probably the favorite map for the players in BO7 on the season. I feel like for every game mode, people tend to like Den as a map. I will say Overload, probably not my favorite Overload in the pool because kind of little one-sided, I would say. Probably preferred to be on the dojo side off spawn, but we'll see if that ends up being a factor. It was a very close hard point in that map number 1. Don't forget, I mean, LA, they won the hard point as well. So, I mean, they can definitely come back in the Overload after getting slammed in that SND. It's just going to really be whether they can lock back in, to be honest, because, I mean, that was kind of a rough one.
Yeah, that was definitely a rough one. That could be a total checkout too, right? But I think they need to stay strong again. They play really good in the scrap. I think the issue here with the Overload is you need to have a good game plan. You need to have players pushing up forward with that Overload device, especially on a map like Den where you look over on that jump side. So that second rotation of the EMP is always going to be on that jump side. So It's super hard to cap from that side if you don't have bodies forward. You just kind of have your head on the swivel too. You can get easily wrapped. Once you're committed to that lane is everything. You're not going back.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen people try and take routes with the drone. It's kind of hard on Den, right, to take routes with the drone, especially, because A bomb is, or that whole A lane is basically just disconnected with everything, right? So, I mean, you can either really go through mid or go through B when the drone resets on that one side, and on the other side, not a whole lot of wiggle room. You kind of just get funneled there, and we see a lot of people just kind of flooding toward that drone reset once it happens. But I will say, drone resets very important on this map in particular because, like I just said, you can't cut through mid map, so you have to make sure you're playing it once you score. That's how we see a lot of counter caps coming through the other direction. Once somebody scores, if you're not on the reset, it can easily happen.
Yeah, definitely on the reset and too, and having like being able to play like in a way where you're ready for the reset. I feel like a lot of teams like they get super surprised when the device gets reset when they haven't touched it for after a while, and then all of a sudden the map flips, right? So I think it's always being able to have like a player ready to play defense. I always equate it to like a lot of people that have played tennis knows like as soon as you hit that ball, like you got to be right in the middle. As soon as possession changes, you got to be in the middle. You got to be able to react to whatever side that they're going to be hitting. And then as soon as you get it, it's not always get it and slam it. It's get map control. Map control. And then, again, we've been saying it, middle of the map. Den, you can get anywhere from the middle of the map. If you get into couches, if you get into red, there's a lot of really good branches there, whether it's P3 side or P2/P4 side. So gotta have a lot of control of that. You can get a lot of info too, people going from one side over to the other. But I mean, this is a big map, man. I think whoever wins this map takes a series.
Yeah, that's typically what ends up happening. I feel like Overload, the swing mode, for a reason. I feel like that's typically what we end up seeing is usually whoever wins the Overload. If it does end up, if it's tied 1-1, usually whoever wins the Overload wins the series. But it can happen where, it's 2 hard points in a search for sure. It just depends on the team. But I mean, Overload, like you were saying, you can get lost in your base. If somebody's just in your caution area, side door area, it can be so annoying with an SMG to try and clear them. You really have to use your teamwork and just nades effectively, I feel like, for the most part. But here we are. Enough yapping about strategy. We're going to be on board with effective. Had a rough S&D, looking to turn it around.
Yeah, a couple of big key gunfights to look out for. Gunfights over here on Dojo and gunfights over here on white side. Green Doe's picking up a nice kill there on Nino. Looking to pick up a few more. You have info that a player wrapped over there, but Jay Kizzle is actually going to push up through top broken and he's going to meet this player. I mean, you have opportunities here now to score if you're DC. The first score is going to go in pretty early. Nino already pushed up on the map, but that EMP device is going to spawn over on jumps, so that's where your next big conflict is going to be, is over on this jump side.
At least Green Dose is there to shut down one player, and now it's just going to be AG by his lonesome for now, playing the corner on the reset. I don't think they're checking for him yet, and these players, they're not checking this corner. AG able to get one, is traded on out. Coming through for LA. Get picked. Nice win there, and that should be the go button. They only have one player to beat on the drone, and it should be number 3 getting the kill here, but no, it's going to be Jay Kizzle. He's living through this drone, being a nuisance, and he gets another one as well, so great live out of Jay Kizzle. Let's stop this drone in its tracks.
Yeah, I mean, LA did the hard part, right? They were able to get somebody up into the base, but they weren't able to capitalize on that. It was Jay Kizzle staying alive on jumps, being super annoying. Nino is going to pick up 2. I mean, look at the hot start AG has, already almost double digits, starting to fry right now. I mean, they're going to branch down out through this P2, looking to get a cap. Is the overload device going to go? Is going to be Nino on a 4 streak with the device cap as well.
Yeah, that was a good job from Treason. I'm really surprised to see LA fumble, I guess you called him earlier, just not get that, counter cap coming on through. I mean, they had the perfect opportunity, just forgot about the player on the drone. I mean, forgot about the drone, right? Title track from Dr. Dre, I guess. I don't know where I'm going with that, but DC Treason, nonetheless, I mean, they capitalized on their opportunity and are up 2-0 right now, thanks to AG right now, 12-4.
Yeah, AG there with an unfortunate timing, reacting to a teammate's call out, gonna get taken out. Jay Kizzle, though, still putting a lot of pressure on LA's side of the map. Looking over at this couch side, it looks like they're gonna hit through couches. I really like this play. Hit in, spread out. Now you have an option here, right? Where are you going to get your kills at? You have 2 fallen, 3 dead. EMP should be hitting on over, but who is this? Is going to be get picked, trying to run up from behind. But yeah, no, getting in the couches and being able to flex on what side you want to go is super, super important. Just got to pay attention to where those kills are happening, and that's exactly what they did. Really good decision making there by TC.
I mean, just they're playing the map better. And this is what we have. What happens, right? When I feel like the better teams play Overload, they usually end up playing a lot better with the fundamentals, and that leads to more scores more often than not. I will say, you know, kind of a rough start from Czech. He does get 3 there, so a little bounce back for him. They're going to need him going forward in this Overload here. I mean, already down 3 points. I will say they are on the bad side. So, I mean, once we go to halftime and we flip on through, they're going to have to do a great job on the second half to get something going. But maybe they're not going to wait for that, as it's going to be 3 dead. They will take the drone towards Dojo and a potential opportunity to score, but maybe rushing it a little bit. Yeah, get picked, gets overwhelmed by players, and he'll skedaddle.
I like the ability to stay alive. Okay, now they need to realize where these players are on the map. Now they have a real opportunity here to get through, and Effective can pick up a kill, and he's not able to do so. They had a chance there to possibly get a weird quick cap, but that's not going to fall through. Czech and Greendos, though, going to be in an interesting position on the map. Going to get spotted from behind. Greendos not letting that reset just yet. Czech still worked up on this side of the map. Going to get aim pulled from a bunch of different directions. And all of these blue arrows should be turning into white skulls. Effective finally getting picked up. I mean, they had a chance, right? I feel like there is a clear bad side on this map. However, we do see teams rally. Like, I feel like both sides are able to get rallied on. So yeah, it's definitely doable. You can tie up this game. Well, not with 45 seconds, but you can at least get something on the board here if you're LA, and I think you need it.
Yeah, I think 1 on the board would be a lot better than having 0 right now, and we'll see if they can do it. It's going to be get picked. He has the drone. A couple players at the portal. Are the nades going to land in time? It doesn't matter. The shots are good enough. Greendos gets the trade on 1. He's trying to finesse his life, but unfortunately for him, just overwhelmed by the sheer numbers from Treason, and that's why it's the bad side, right? You spawn so close to that portal, and now potential counterattack coming in from AG. They have a couple players to beat. Effective on the pinch, able to get 1, and now teammates chiming on in. AG with another one with the pistol. Can he get to 3rd? He gets all 3 with the pistol. 7 seconds left, though. Greendos shuts it down.
Yeah, Greendos being a wall here at the end. Jay Kizzle trying to use that last opportunity to get an additional point on the board to force that end in 4. I mean, what do you want to see here if you're LA? Like, I feel like I'm seeing a lot of rogue arrows on the map. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of people hitting deep wraps when maybe they should just be focused on getting numbers ahead of this EMP device. Because there's been a couple of moments where I honestly believe they probably should have scored.
Yeah, I feel like they're just kind of rushing it, right? I feel like they get the kills, they're getting up into their base, and then they're just kind of rushing with the drone before they get the second wave of kills. And that's really been holding them back so far. We saw it on that B portal. We saw it on both portals, really, both different times. I mean, they got the kills in their base. They just weren't really, I mean, they just kind of got antsy, right? You don't need to force it when you don't have to. You got to get that second wave of kills more often than not to be able to score. And that's really been the difference maker so far. Treason doing a great job getting the first and the second wave of kills. So LA Rumble going forward in the attack. They got to play a little bit more patiently.
Yeah, this is going to be a big momentum swing here. You absolutely get stomped in the S&D. Is it going to happen to you again on the Overload? Are you going to be killed? Are you going to be checked going into the hard point? I think that's going to be the storyline, right? That this is going to create here in this series. But like you said, they're spawning on good side now. It is 3, and some would say only 3. You can score up to 8. You know what I mean? You can make this scrappy. You can really do it. And I really like this play here. Get picked. All right. Are you going to throw a rogue arrow? And where is that going? Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there. They completely clear out B, but I mean, dude, like, I don't know what just happened there. You have 2 players completely slam out B, and then you run A. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I feel like there's just no game plan for that. They had players on both sides, not really sure where they wanted to go, and I don't know if they even knew where they wanted to go with that one. The drone will be on the reset point here. AG, and he's off the map. He'll see you later. Takes a tumble off, and maybe that's an opportunity now for LA to get some map positioning. But like I was saying on that last one, yeah, I feel like they tried to force too many audibles there.
Yeah.
Too many cooks in the kitchen, and then it just came up with a mess.
Yeah, it was super interesting. I felt like they had the clear advantage on one side. That's either got to be a brain shutdown or no communication. It's one or the other, right? It's not a mixing play. I think it was simply just a bad play. but get picked. Looking to try to get momentum on this map. They need something going here. They need a little bit more slays. Nobody really looking outrageous in the slays right now. Green Dose, the only one positive here for their team. The EMP is kind of first in line, which is a little dangerous here. First kill gets picked up. Shots come through the wall. Effective, able to pick up a nice kill with the pistol there. Are they able to slam down low? But no, this A spawn's so close sometimes. You have a player on the heady, you're able to get one. Are you able to slam the other one in? The EMP does fall. Green Dose is so far away, and that EMP is going to get picked up. They're going to run it jumps. Oh, no. They said not. Never mind.
Never mind. Let me get those trades real quick. That was a much better attempt out of LA at the very least. They didn't convert that one, but I love the route from Czech. They waited for each other. They were on the same page. They wanted to go A. Unfortunately, just better defense from Treason that time around. Can't really fault that from LA that time. Still going to be that 3-0 deficit. LA really need to get a score or two on the board quickly here, and maybe an opportunity to do so. It's just AG in the corner, able to get one, and a second one as well. Trades from Nino, and it just gets shut down yet again. AG just too clutch in that corner.
I feel like every single time we're spectating LA very heavily, that fourth arrow is just always somewhere else on the map. I don't know. I feel like they need to maybe put a little bit more emphasis. I get spreading your control around the map a little bit more, but something's got to give there. You got to have that last line. You got to have that backup. Speaking of last line, though, I mean, DC's gonna have to play a lot of defense right now.
I feel like it's going to be LA. I mean, they got to try and get these kills before they move the drone, and that might have been a mistake right there toward you. TJ gets a couple kill feed as well, and I mean, it's still just mixed fest toward mid, but every kill that goes traded as well is going to favor Treason. I mean, they're just going to run out the clock at this point. I mean, LA, they got to get some kills. They got to get waves of kills as well, so maybe the time for patience has elapsed, and they're going to have to do something incredible to come back now.
Yeah, I mean, with 90 seconds left, it's got to happen, and it's got to happen now. DC playing solid defense here, letting that EMP hang out in couches. Super easy to defend. TJ gonna get naded out. Still doing a lot of damage over on that side. Nino gonna allow that EMP to reset. Not gonna push the effort too hard there. Catches a player coming out of broken. And now this is a really important spot to be in with only a minute left. You're basically shutting down all the momentum they just grabbed on the map. I feel like every time LA gets past that halfway point, something funky kind of happens. You have a player just pick up a two-piece. Okay, a little bit of life. Looking to get a score. Effective. First in line, maybe. EMP pushing up right behind him. You got to start getting trades picked. Does get traded. Effective. Picks up one. Going to pick up EMP. Looking to get the slam. No dice.
Yeah, and with 30 seconds left, this is over at this point. Mathematically impossible. I mean, AG just gets a double kill to seal the deal on it even further. And DC Treason, I mean, just better teamwork in the overload, if I'm being honest. I mean, no scores, I believe, in the second half as well. I don't think, anyway. 3-0 coming into it, and that's why you got to capitalize on the preferred side. Because, I mean, if you don't, you can find yourself in the hole. And, I mean, LA just, they try as they might. I mean, they just came out a little too sloppy in this one.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely a couple moments of light there for LA. I felt like it wasn't all bad. I just felt like when it really came time to like actually, you know what I mean, to get over that goal line, they just didn't have that extra effort. And again, I just felt like I saw a lot of stray fourth arrows, right? I feel like they had a plan and maybe somebody just didn't follow it. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication. I feel like honestly it was probably just the communication part.
Yeah, most likely. I would imagine it's probably just, you know, comms, obviously. I mean, you know, not everything can be communicated, right? There's like certain inaudible things. Looking at your mini-map, playing off your teammates that way, it seemed like they were kind of on different pages as well. So yeah, maybe definitely something to practice going forward. Overload looking a little rocky, especially on some of those first attempts on the second half. I will say they had opportunities, but just kind of not on the same page. They did lock it in toward the end, but I feel like DC Treason, I mean, once LA locked in a little bit, DC Treason was playing a little bit better defense. So I mean, it's kind of it's hard, right? You got to do both.
I feel like DC just had that ultimate goal line defense, right? It always felt like there was always somebody alive ready for that last gunfight. And I always tell people, like, game modes that have a mobile objective like that, whether it's because you can argue that Hardpoint has a mobile objective, but it requires two gunfights. It requires that initial gunfight, and then it requires the map stabilization, right? That initial gunfight is always the clash, but it's what you do on that second one. And I feel like LA never got past that second gunfight like DC did. They would win the initial, they would get pushed up to that back line, but just could never, ever win that second gunfight.
Yeah, and I mean that's why you got to play patiently. When you get your opportunities to win that first wave of kills, you got to play patiently and find. It's almost like around an S&D, right? You got to find these players on defense and make sure they're not in cruddy corners, right? I mean, you saw AG just laying down in a spot. I mean, they didn't check him really, or the first player didn't even really look for him. AG just lines him up, gets a 2-piece, and his teammates there. He buys them enough time to where they just shut it down, and that kind of happened over and over again. I mean, there was a couple different plays where, I mean, despite LA, pulling out some stops, a check, going for a pinch, they just still, I mean, DC Treason, they were just shooting. I mean, sometimes you got to just tip the hat.
Yeah. I mean, they were shooting straight. They were shooting well. We're going to be moving on over to a hard point, and I feel like their guns are going to have to be super hot here because we did see the first hard point actually go in favor of LA. So LA not down and out. I think the only thing you got to be looking forward to a search and destroy, right? You got to make it to that search. But I think when you get there, that's when the real worries start to come in, because after that first search and destroy that we watched, it was I mean, I feel like LA would have had to win this 3-0. Like, okay.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I don't know. It's tough, right? Because we're going to Blackheart coming up next too, which is a map where you can get incredibly punished if you don't rotate as well. Where you've seen teams get absolutely. I've seen I think like 12 points on this map at one point. So I mean, it can be really a blender for sure. But I've also seen this map go the distance where teams were super back and forth, where it was just the last second contest coming through. And I mean, I'm curious what we're gonna see, because I mean, obviously, map number 1, incredibly close on the Scar. It was LA able to convert it in the end. But I feel like it was more or less DC Treason kind of scamming some situations away. So coming into this Blackheart, if DC Treason don't scam the situations away, is it going to be LA even able to contest on this one? Because, I mean, that overload looked pretty, I don't know, looked like DC was shooting a little bit straighter.
Yeah, what I really like about this map that we're coming up on is I call it blocks and funnels, right? It's like you can divide the map basically into like 6 sections, and in order to get into any one of those sections, there's a choke point. And I feel like a lot of these maps have really open like layouts, similar to like Scar. But when you have a map layout like Blackheart, you have a really tight middle. You have some decently long lanes that aren't direct lines of sight. And then you have to funnel in through somewhere, whether it be outside steps, through a middle door. So I'm excited to see who takes advantage of that. Who's looking in the right direction at the right time is so key on a map like this, because if you can get 2 or 3 dead with players coming out of mid, they're spawning forever away if you have map control.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, I listen, this is probably the only map on BO7 where literally every hill is a money hill. I feel like you can 60 pretty much every hill because of just how the map is. It's so narrow. And I really I feel like it comes down to like the fact that there's just so many choke points, right? Like there's just doors everywhere. Like people have to fly off walls in the mid-cut area to even get to a certain angle. So you could kind of just shoot people out of midair, shoot people climbing up in windows, shoot people entering doors. And that's where nades come into effect too. Good stun usage, good nade usage can just win you the map. We'll see if it's going to be the case for DC Treason. Up 2-1 here, looking to close it. There's going to be 4 dead as well. DC Treason, they just win the opening break yet again.
Yeah, DC Treason keeping their guns warm from the previous 2 maps, looking to close out this series in a 3-1 fashion. DJ starting off 0-1. I mean, a couple of really hot slays now coming from Jay Kizzle. Jay Kizzle putting in the time and the effort with the kills. Yeah, like what you're seeing so far? If you're DC, starting off this map pretty warm.
Yeah, definitely a better start in the hard point than the last one, but I mean, we're already 4 maps deep, so I would hope they're warmed up by now. And DC Treason 30 points on the board already, and it's going to be TJ with the help of his teammate Jay Kizzle on rotation. They did spawn one out, so Nino having to trek across the map, but nobody from LA past the 50-yard marker now. And that allows Nino to just kind of go scurry on scot-free, meaning no resistance at all. Nino gets 1 in transition, 2 for 2 so far, and it's going to be get picked in the back. He spawns his teammate on top of him, so heads up play going through the flank like that.
Yeah, I mean, Nino did a really good job splitting the map, realized that maybe that time in P1 wasn't worth pushing for. But in that process, you have Green Does just staying alive over towards the very, very back of this map. And you're going to see a really scrappy P2 here. And as I say that, it becomes significantly less scrappy as DC takes full control of this side of the map.
Yeah, I will say P2, you know, maybe I feel like you can flip it and just keep on pushing through P4 over and over, and that's what LA is doing, right? They know how to play this map. They know that they have to keep pushing this to make them spawn out, and I mean, they're doing a good job so far. Not able to net them a ton of time as of yet, but the break will come on through, so last 10 should be going red there, but got to be worried about rotations as all of DC Treason are here.
Check just spawned super deep. And because of that, they're able to get a decent slay onto AG. You're going to have an early contest coming in. So a couple of red arrows spawning over towards the back of this P3 side. That's not worst case scenario if you are LA. However, somebody's flying on and off the walls, and AG, I mean, AG is their worst case scenario right now. Playing against this guy seems impossible. Super, super annoying. Using the wall jumps, staying alive, getting on a streak, getting the time, just doing everything. AG was everything in that moment.
He did everything he could to try and stay alive, and I mean, he did what he could, but it's still the break coming in from LA. They're doing what they can to try and pick up the pieces on this rotation, but I mean, just as I say that, 3 dead yet again, and LA, they crumble there. DC Treason break on through the front, but that might have been a blessing in disguise, honestly. LA get the rotation toward new, kind of for free, maybe a little bit of an oversight from Treason there, and it's really now whether or not LA can hold from the front.
Yeah, Hardpoint's a weird game mode where sometimes you actually benefit from dying. So it's a strange one. But as I say that, Jay Kizzle picks up 2 very, very big kills in the very back. Pushes them over to a 3 streak and is going to be in a position to collect even more kills here. Are they going to be able to split the box just fine? No. Who's that going to be? Greendos. Who's going to kill in the back? Greendos picks up 2. Now hits a 3-piece. Looking for the 4th. Not able to get it, but able to allow their players in the hill to get some time.
Yeah, an LA break right on back, and they can still get a ton of time on this P4. There's still about 30 seconds to play in here. Get picked in the hill with his teammates, in the feed, and it's going to be trying to break in from the front. Get picked, gets 1, but the contest is on. AG is here with the help of his teammate, but instantly trades on out, trades on trades on trades. Who you got in this one? It's going to be AG for 2, though, and he's trying to pick up some pieces. Kill effective. Nice stun over the top. Wow, AG just gets that triple, and he is frying this map 17 and 10.
Yeah, AG starting off super hard, and if you look at the time split here, look at all of them are in their 30s, so they're all doing their job, trying to get time and kills as well. TJ picking up a nice 2 players on a 3 streak, 2 players now on a 4 streak. We're gonna try to be bouncing over back and forth between these 2 players now as P5 sets in, and this is the funnel that I'm talking about, right? You can't really be getting caught jumping up over jumps right now. And I mean, it's so hard. You kind of break out through the front. AG finally loses that streak. TJ on a 5, looking to get streaks themselves. I don't know if they got it. I don't know if they got that tick of time right at the very end. We'll pop back on over to them. No, nobody's streaking out. So you don't get streaks, but you do have a lot of kills, and you have a lot of time, and you have a decent lead here, about 60 points.
Yeah, LA Rumble, I feel like they've just been kind of day late and $1 short in this map so far. They've been here on the rotation, but I mean, just a little bit sloppier than DC Treason on these holds so far, and just decent breaks from them as well, but just haven't really netted them a ton of times. But I will say, still within striking distance, about 40 points separating them as we head to P1, but it will be DC Treason here. And I mean, last time around, they netted themselves about 35 to 40 seconds. So
no.
We'll see if it's the same, and there we go, another 4 dead.
Yeah, I mean, AG on another 3 streak. I feel like every time I look away and come back, I mean, there's a 3 next to this name. It feels like constantly.
He's been trying for sure. I mean, he's been doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but I will say everybody kind of on DC Treason doing a lot of slaying right now. I mean, everybody positive right now. AG, TJ, and Jay Kizzle turning up big in this map number 4. They do not want to head to that map number 5. And why not when you're looking like this on Blackheart? So far, so good. Breaks on in. Greendos does get a double at the very least, so maybe some pressure coming on in. It's going to be TJ for 1 back. Check gets the 3rd one. Check for a double, so time going red, but I mean, it's the same trend yet again. LA, they break on in, but only with 10 seconds left, so not able to get really any time on the P1.
Yeah, and I feel like the way these gunfights are going to at the end of this point, even if LA are in a position to get a lot of scrap time, they don't. There's usually a weird scrappy gunfight that kind of happens that keeps that time white, so I think you're starting to see, like, I think this is DC chipping away, adding on to the lead over time. I think they're just getting 10, then 10, then 10, then 10 from every single exchange from one of these hard points, because I think they're just barely creeping forward. And these guns need to get pretty hot here. I feel like LA just hasn't, like, even when they have controls per se on the map, there's still a lot of white time that comes through, and they're not able to fully get the amount of time that they have. I feel like they've earned it in some cases.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, credit to like players like AG, right, where he's able to get 3 on that P4 and make it Mixy gets the last 10 or so. And I mean, there we go, yet again. I mean, they're doing the same thing. DC Trees, they're hitting ult for 10. They're making it Mixy, but they got to be careful about doing that because, yeah, they're going to spawn on ult as well. Parallels coming through, and now it's foot race to try and get toward the back. TJ is back here, so he is blocking for now, but I mean, he's got to make sure his teammates are winning gunfights because he might get terrible timing. Nice win there, though, on get picked. And it will be TJ holding strong in the back, so DC Treason, they'll maintain spawns.
Yeah, Luke is on another 3 streak. It's going to be AG being a rat down here over near the silo. Teammates getting picked up in the back. Going to have to give up a little bit of map position there. Double back, try to get some players coming off of mid. I like the back down here, actually. Screw it. Stay in time. Allow your teammates to get that kill. Nino is going to pick up that player. Nino's actually going to pick up 2. Yeah, I actually love that play. That's a really big heads-up play. You know where your teammates at. You get the info. You don't even necessarily need to do damage. I feel like you did it just by looking at them.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you don't really have to do anything fancy. I mean, this is what I was talking about. DC Treason, just fundamentals. I mean, they're known for a reason, guys. Like, you got to play the fundamentals. You don't need to overchow. You don't need to ego chow every life. I'm not saying that's what really LA is doing, but I mean, maybe a lot of solo chowing coming out we've seen in the series so far. And I mean, you know, kind of rough stat lines across the board as well have not helped check effective. Even get going pretty negative right now. Looking at them and turn it around.
We're definitely looking to turn it around. Green Dose right now is going to be the one getting the slays for this team. Get picked. Only 1 slay behind. I feel like it's going to be AG Street coming in. That is exactly whose it is. Not really able to get anything. The only thing you're going to be able to collect is info. I mean, this is going to be a good moment here for LA. I mean, if this 4 arrow breaks on through, they're going to have some serious problems. That's exactly what happens. Jake Kizzle gets 3 in the back. And, I mean, DC is just going to get even more time off at this point.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough situation to be in. We'll see if LA can break out of this. I mean, there's only 20 seconds left to play. They got to start thinking about new. And I mean, it's the same old reason. They're just hitting for 10 seconds of old. And I mean, why not? You've done a great job of contesting it from the front so far. AG able to get 3 as well. Yet again, I mean, this guy's just shooting everyone in existence, apparently. 4 spree for him. 28 and 16, just going nuclear in this map number 4. Looking to close it out on P5 as a swarm of blue arrows heading toward the back. And AG, actually, it's not even AG, it's Jake Kizzle on the point right now. 5 spree for him, doing his thing right now.
I mean, nice little streak there from Jake Kizzle. They're looking to close it out on this P5 and looking like it is going to be doable as these players start to funnel over from jumps. Nino picks up a nice 2-piece. TJ picks up a kill in the background. Nino, nice kill with the pistol there. Picks up a Dravik to put in the back pocket. I mean, people are falling off the map. People are just dying. That's the series, man. Just like that, DC Treason, they get over LA Rumble 3-1.
And that's more kind of or less what I was expecting this series to kind of be with DC Treason, you know, winning in a decently comfortable fashion. And I mean, you know, this probably was their map pick, all things considered, the way they look on it so far. LA Rumble don't look too comfortable on it. Maybe some things to practice going forward, but I mean, just a stellar performance from all of the players on Treason. I mean, pretty much all of them positive in a big way. I mean, look at that. Nino 32, 36 and 19 for AG, 29 18.
Look at the assist column, man.
Yeah, non-traded. Look at that, too. 27, non-24, 22. And nobody's getting traded on this team.
Yeah, that's insane. I always tell people, if that assist column is half of your kills, you're winning. Like, if you know your team, if you know you are getting kills and your teammates are picking up kills, you're winning. Like, when you start seeing when you start seeing almost everybody having double-digit assists, that you know their team shooting. You know they're all on the same page and they're coming out really, really well. I mean, yeah, AG is. I think AG is the clear MVP here. I feel like TJ had a really good map number 2. However, when it came to the respawns, AG was able to put in the work.
Yeah, he was shooting for sure. Definitely my MVP for that series. But I mean, honestly, everybody on that team was shooting. Speak of the devil, we got AG in here for an interview. How you feeling after that one, AG?
Feeling good, feeling good.
Feeling good?
Yeah. Well, you fucking shot my body and shit.
Oh. Wait, when did that happen? Was that map 1?
Map 1, yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Dang.
You just everybody else.
The taunt to get bodied is crazy.
I'm not want to talk shit, bro, but I want to fucking talk shit.
No, this is the place. Pop off, King.
Nah, did you see them?
Yeah, you're only live, dude.
Nah.
No, but you were playing super well. What I really liked watching a lot of praise that we were given to you guys during the commentary was definitely a lot of like coordination coming from your guys' arrows. I feel like you guys had a lot of like sharing the wealth, whether it become from time or kills. I feel like you guys just split the load on the map. I don't really feel like one player was having to do it all, but like you guys were able to split that. So is it like you think it's just like proficiency in comms, or like where is that coming from you guys?
I mean, it's a bit of everything. I mean, fundamentals. I mean, knowing how to play the game. That's the main thing. Like, I mean, yeah, it's the comms, and obviously, like the way we play, we understand the game, right? That's the thing that people lack, and I mean, I don't know. That's just something that not a lot of people know how to do. Like, just play the game right. That's all it is.
Yeah. 100%. I agree. I mean, if you watch the VOD back, I was talking about that pretty much the entire time. Just fundamentals. Some people got it, some people don't. And some teams, you got to learn how to use your mini map and your communication effectively to be where you're supposed to be. So I guess talk to me a little bit about that map number one, since that was really the only hiccup in the series. What went wrong there, you think?
Um, like I said, just bad like rotation. I think the last one, I think one of us like went like playing or something. I think we were talking about it, but I mean that's just stuff that we learn. Obviously it's a mistake, but can't like put each other down over that. So I mean it's just something that we like pick up, especially like in scrims too. So it's just learning. Like I said, learning the game. I mean we learn every day.
I mean, you have the major coming up. I mean, you guys are in on paper and in everybody's eyes the first seed going into this tournament. Is there any team or anybody that you're wanting to play during this event?
I mean anybody, I guess. I mean I don't want to underestimate anybody. I mean like they beat us map one, so I mean it doesn't. Whoever we play, we just got to play like top tier. Pretty much what it is.
Well, I mean, I don't have any more questions unless you do refresh. I'm fresh out.
Yeah, I am out of questions as well. That was very straightforward. Congratulations on the win. Super entertaining. Congratulations on the MVP. You're going off, especially in those respawns.
Appreciate it.
All right,
Appreciate
man.
you guys.
Yeah, you have a good night. We'll see you again soon.
Yes, sir.
That was
Good series. Good series.
Yeah,
100%
that was
refresh. I like that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. We got to see more than 3 maps, which was nice. That's always shocking sometimes.
Yeah, first time for me. It's been 3-0 so far. So yeah, nice to see one at least go to that fourth hard point. Get a little bit more respawn action. But yeah, I mean, DC Treason, they take the win. I believe 5-0 now. I believe only dropping 3 maps, if I'm correct, on the season. So yeah,
Yep.
definitely number one team going into playoffs. This was my team to beat even before this series for playoff time. And I think that's still, I mean, kind of a statement tonight, right? I think they just proved to everybody that they're the number one team for a reason. And I mean, everybody's got to be gunning for them now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Are you going to watch film on them? If you're some of these other teams, like how seriously you're going to be taking this major, I think is going to be key. And I think that's going to be the same thing for DC. I mean, DC, you're clearly the number one seed. We've seen it before happen with any team in any sport or esports setting where maybe teams get a little bit too complacent with sitting at that number one seed. So DC, like, I hope you guys stay practiced, and everybody else, you got to start watching this VOD and really learning how to play this game.
I think overload for a lot of these teams is
Yeah,
a big
dude,
difference.
dude,
You guys got to start scrimming some overload. I swear, if I see some arrows on the it makes me mad.
I see some burger plays in overload right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know it's still new, right? We've
No.
only had overload.
No,
for
we've
about
had a
couple
full
months now,
major.
but still, yeah. I feel like at this point they should start to feel like they're comfortable on the game type. So I'm definitely looking to see some better overload come major time.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited to watch the upcoming matches this week. I know the schedule changed a little bit, so I don't have the updated schedule. But Calamity, any words you want to say to the stream before we end here?
Appreciate you guys for having me. I know I kind of popped in here for the second one, but yeah, shout out Refresh as well, doing this all by his lonesome pretty much. I mean, this guy's the goat over here. Get some W's in the chat for Refresh. I know he's kind of been doing the one-man show for quite a while now. So I mean, yeah, shouts out to you for doing all the things that you do.
Oh, thanks, man. Anytime, man. I always tell people I just want to talk about COD more. I like the game. I've always enjoyed it. I don't hate it as much as other people hate it. But yeah, I want to say obviously thank you to you for hopping in on the second series. Made it a lot more entertaining for me. Someone to bounce back and forth with. You're a great talent too in this space. So it was a pleasure on my side. Thanks for everyone stopping in and watching. I mean, you guys are the real big deals here. I mean, yeah, this big motivation seeing the chat pop off the way it does. So thanks for being active there, and then obviously the ownership and management, like for even allowing us to even come in here and do anything like this in the first place. I mean, it provides practice It provides some competition. You know what I mean? Let's keep. It's really nice having competitions outside of just ones that are provided for us. It's nice being able to create a competitive environment.
Yeah. 100%. This is a dope league. I'm glad I found you guys, and I'm looking forward to some more matches. I believe I'm not sure exactly the schedule refresh. When is our next? Do you know the next schedule matches?
I don't know exactly the next schedule matches. Let me see.
'Cause I know there's going to be Friday, Saturday for the major, but I'm not sure. Is there matches tomorrow? There might be some matches tomorrow. I'm not sure.
To finish the last night before the Legacy is Ohio versus Toronto, and then Chicago versus Seattle, and that last series is going to be a burger of a series. But if you guys don't know, I'm super biased, and I need Seattle to win.
You need Seattle to win. Is it the burger? Is it the toilet bowl coming up?
Dude, it's they need to do something. They need to figure it out, dude. They've been playing in the water too much over there.
Oh man, I mean, I guess that's what you guys have looking forward to tomorrow is some burger action. So maybe not the best representation. We'll see matches tomorrow, as I believe that'll be around the same time as well. So shout out everybody in the chat coming out tonight. That was a banger match to end on at the very least. We got 4 maps, and we will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know, probably 8, 9:30, something like that. But be on the lookout for the stream. We'll post it. We'll have it live, and look out on Twitter as well. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. See ya.